Dear Diary, so here I am in my car, and as usual, I always like to talk about perfume, record my thoughts and my opinions in my diary in the car, because this is simply the only place available for me to be totally alone and left uninterrupted and disturbed. So here is the beautiful Malaysian view just right in front of me. I'm still in the school and I'm still in my parked car, and after doing this, then only I will drive back. So now as you can see, it's very hot today, and only now the weather starts to be a little bit windy. In the morning it was hot and hot. Now coming back to me. Today I worn Dolce Gabbana Perfume Intense. So this fragrance is in a gorgeous bottle. It's deep red in color. It almost looked like it is seductive. I really like the bottle because it's simplistic, but it is just elegant and has that sexual appeal for me. Well, now let's talk about the scent. I put on this fragrance not considering the fact that it would be very hot in Malaysia, and here I planned to use this fragrance today instead of Bulgari Rose and Rose, a rose essential. I wanted to wear this because I thought I have left this one out of rotation for too long. I have neglected it for too long, and I just store it in my wardrobe for too long. Now it is time for this baby to come out of closet. So this is a perfume that upon the first sprays I really do get that green mandarin freshness, but very soon the green mandarin thing soon disappears into this sugary floral note. I would say that the sugar in here is actually quite prominent in the beginning. It is not, from my experience, the marshmallowy kind of sweetness is not, from my experience. Let me rephrase myself. From my experience, the marshmallow sweetness is not in the base. On me, it is right there in the beginning, together with the green mandarin note. And the sugar, the marshmallow kind of scent, it gives me an impression of like, not just eating the marshmallow, but imagine dipping the marshmallow into some kind of sugar powder. So it's a little bit powdery. And together with the marshmallow, I slowly get, I think that this fragrance is not childish or anyway, although the marshmallow note is there. Marshmallow reminds me of childhood and children and kids, but this fragrance will develop into a very floral, sweet floral scent on me. So when I start to really think about the floral notes that are in here, then only I realize not only I get the marshmallowy sugar, I also get a little bit lactonic, almost milky kind of floral scent. And I really sniff and sniff and sniff and refrain myself from checking the notes on Fragrantica, and then it popped into my mind that the lactonic and creamy note of the floral could be the tuberose. The tuberose in here, it is not indolic and heavy. It lacks that loud character of tuberose. It's a very young girl like tuberose. Let's just say that it doesn't have the heavy indolic transparency, but it has the creamy lactonic side of the tuberose. So imagine that lactonic creamy side of the tuberose mixed very well together with the powdery marshmallowy powder. So it's quite, it is quite innocent but pretty, sweet but not childish because of that floral note. And after that, I notice that my skin will always pull out the woodiness in fragrance, and this is no exception. After 5 hours, you know what? I think about the time mark of 3rd hour or the 4th hour, I really do get that creamy tuberose mixed together with the marshmallowy sugar, and up until the 5th hour point of view, it's still growing strong. That fragrance still stick to my skin, which is very, which is just amazing, because I don't expect this kind of light powdery scent to last that long, but it actually lasts that long and projects quite well. And after the 5th hour mark, I do get that woodiness, the sandalwood woodiness. It's not like dark or any way. It's not like in a church smoky or not incensey, not woody, but the sandalwood is almost like, it almost has a little characteristic of licorice. And imagine a sweet licorice, but it's not really, it's not 100% licorice in your face kind of sandalwoody scent. It is woody, but it is mixed with that licoricey thing, and mixed well with the sugar powderiness. It just becomes very calming and very sensual. So the woodiness in here, it's actually quite surprising to me, because I recently discovered another sandalwood fragrance that I fell in love with, and that is by Atelier Cologne, and I think that is Santal Carmen, if I'm not mistaken. If I pronounce correctly, I'm not so sure if I pronounce that correctly, but it's Santal Carmen by Atelier Cologne. And that sandalwood is just so creamy, mixed well with the vanilla, and I was craving for that, because Atelier Cologne is very difficult to find in Malaysia, and if I ever found it, the price would be out of my league. And so this sandalwood in here, although it lacks the sweetness of this vanilla, the sandalwood in here is so elegant. It is just so scrumptious. I mean, it's not totally gourmand like can be eaten, but the whole thing is presented in such an attractive way. It's not something to be eaten, but you want to be near somebody or something or anything that smells like this. I have to say, I fell in love again with this little gem in here that has been stored away in my wardrobe in the darkness, and now I'm glad that it has come out of the darkness, and hopefully I would put it on more often. So if you peeps are peeping into my diary and you have tried this fragrance before, do let me know your thoughts. Don't be shy, since you have seen everything I've shared in here. So don't be shy and don't be selfish. Do share with me. And well, if you're still peeping, if you still haven't clicked out or stop the video, I would really love for you to subscribe to my perfume diary. And yeah, if you subscribe, I will let you off the hook. I won't report for peeping in. Alright, so that's all. See you diary. Bye.